welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Janelle and I love making teaching and lifestyle vlogs. So if you're interested in that, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'm in a awkward, not the best sit down setting, but this is like the best lighting, I think. I think this is fine. But anyways, probably clicked on this video because you are curious about how much the average PE teacher make in the US. For those who don't know, I am a PE teacher in Oregon. I've done this video before, like the average teaching salaries, but with classroom teachers. But in this video, it's specifically for PE teachers. So yeah, I have my laptop here because I want to analyze different salary schedules, and I will go over what is a salary schedule. Yeah, we're just gonna dive in. Here's the disclaimer for before I show anything or say anything about PE teaching salaries. So the average PE teaching salaries, and it doesn't matter what type of teaching it is, any teaching, your salary really depends on what type of degree you have, whether it's bachelor's, master's, or PhD, how many credits you have, how many experience you have, or like how many professional development units you have. Your salary depends on what state you're in, what city you're living in, what county you're living in. It even depends on the school districts, because different school districts, they will have different salary schedules. It can depend on the school, like what type of school you're working at, whether it's public, private, or charter. The average teaching salary is just any teaching in general. Everyone's salary is different. Really depends on all the factors I just mentioned. It all depends. Every teacher makes differently. So here's an example. So say I'm a first year teacher and then another student graduated as a first year teacher, okay? I have a master's, they maybe have a bachelor's. I probably make more than that because of the degree that I have, even though we are both first year teachers. Or it could be that they have more experience than me, okay, and probably more credits than me. They have a master's, but more credits and probably more experience, or maybe they have a PhD. They'll make more money than me. So it all depends on a lot. So just want to make that disclaimer really quick. I've just Googled this, okay? You can just literally Google all these things, and I'm just gonna show different average teaching salaries, and I'll show them right here. These are just probably the data that they've collected, and it all depends on where they got their data, right? Before I start analyzing salary schedules, what is a salary schedule? Usually for teachers, if you go into education and you're a teacher, any type of teacher, school districts will have a salary schedule, basically a salary matrix, which outlines like the pay level that the employee can achieve. Okay, it depends on the degree credits they have on the top, and then the step on the side, and I'll say step 0 all the way to 18 or 20, or I don't know, it depends on the school district. What is the salary step in the salary schedule? The salary step is basically how many years you've been teaching. So step 0 is probably no experience at all. Step 17 is like 17 years in teaching. What is the average PE teacher salary? The first one that I saw was around 50,000. The other one that I saw around 60,000. So again, it really depends on where the website got their data and all that. But I would say everyone's PE teaching salary is going to be different, just to let you know. So here's a fact: there's only 6 states that require PE. So those 6 states is Illinois, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Mississippi, New York, and Vermont. So I am going to post the average PE teaching salaries in those states, and then I'm going to analyze different PE teaching salaries in different school districts. Let's start with Illinois. When I Google this, it says the average salary for a PE teacher in Illinois is around $60,000 per year. So there's so many school districts in Illinois. It can go from like starting from the bottom, which like first year teachers, maybe 30K or maybe less than that or more than that, all the way up to those who've had 15 plus experience of teaching PE, like the senior level, that's like $120,000 a year. We're just analyzing this together, okay? So let me know what you think. If you're from Illinois and you're from, like, I don't know, it depends on the school, right? Depends on the school district. The school could be, you probably in the city in Illinois, probably the rural area. It really depends on where you're at, what school district. So PE teaching salaries will depend on so many factors. But yeah, let me know if you're from Illinois. I'm curious, what is your average teaching salary, like the starting at your own school district? The next one is Hawaii. So the average PE teacher in Hawaii is about $43,359 a year. Salary estimate based on salary surveys, data collected from different employers or anonymous employees in Hawaii. So this is just the average PE teaching salary in Hawaii. And then I saw another one, okay, in Honolulu. The average PE teacher salary in Honolulu in Hawaii is $42,398. So that's what it says, average. These are just median, okay? The average, like putting the low to high and just putting it in the middle, just average. Now let's look at Massachusetts. Let's look at Massachusetts. It says the average salary for a PE teacher in Massachusetts is around $72,780 per year. Okay, that's high. That's pretty high for average. I'm like, is it more expensive? Oh, is it more expensive in Massachusetts? But again, it depends on the city and county you're living in, right? It says on the bottom, maybe the big, like, first year PE teachers can make $44,000. It could be less, it could be more. Again, it really depends on so many factors. But yeah, we're just like looking at this together. That's interesting. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'm curious, what if you live in Massachusetts, if you're comfortable, what is your average teaching salary? Or what was your first year teaching salary in Massachusetts? That's hard to say. Mississippi. All right, the average salary for physical education teacher in Mississippi is around $59,350 per year. Okay, again, this is just the middle. Oh, let's look at New York. Average salary for a PE teacher in New York is around $65,170 per year. Okay, this kind of reminds me of like Alaska, like the average. Again, it depends on where in New York you're living at, right? Interesting. Let's look at Vermont, the sixth state to require PE. Vermont, let's look at it. The average salary for a PE teacher in Vermont is around $37,590 per year. Wow, that's low for average. I'm curious, you live in Vermont, let me know, and you're a PE teacher or a classroom teacher. Like what? I'm like curious how they got their data and where they got their data, or how many surveys did they take in Vermont? You know what I mean? I'm curious. I'm gonna start analyzing salary schedules. So PE salary schedule. Well, this is probably, this is not like PE. This is probably just classroom teachers, any type of teachers. So let's analyze that together. We're just gonna do some of it, okay? And there's so many salary schedules. I only grabbed 4 different salary schedules from 4 different school districts, and I will let you know what city these are in. The first salary schedule that we're analyzing here is Park Rose School District, located in Portland, Oregon. So let's look at it. On the top part, which is the degree, what type of degree that teacher has. So this could be a classroom teacher, PE teacher, music teacher, the licensed teachers at this school district. So say you have a bachelor's degree and you're a first year teacher, okay, you're gonna go down and you go to step 1. That is your starting in Park Rose School District, Portland, Oregon, is $41,806 per year. Say that I'm gonna move to Portland and I'm gonna work at Park Rose School District. I would say I have a master's, go down to step 1. So my first year at Park Rose School District, let's see, $46,150. But let's say a teacher who has probably their master's and maybe more credit, and they've been teaching for maybe 10 years. That's $78,429. But even the salary schedule is not accurate because different teachers have different experiences, professional development, units, and all that stuff. Let's analyze North Clackamas School District. The reason why I'm doing some Oregon ones because I live in Oregon and I'm curious about this, but you can literally go to any school district and you can put in blank school district salary schedule. Mostly for public school, because it's public school, people are able to see how much teachers or average teachers make and be able to see the salary schedule. So you can literally Google any school district as long as they're a public school and you can see their salary schedules. Just a note. All right, North Clackamas School District. So this is for 2020-2021 licensed teachers. Okay, let's say I have a master's and if I worked at North Clackamas School District, experience 0 to 1, $46,336 per year. That would be a starting for me for average, but yeah, and if you have a bachelor's with plus credits, plus 30 plus credits, 0 experience or your first year, it's $44,676. So yeah, I love analyzing and looking different salary schedules from different school districts. I think they're interesting. Next one is, all right, this is a 2020-2021 salary schedule at Anchorage School District. Anchorage is a city in Alaska. I'm from Alaska, but I mean, I would never live in Anchorage, but I'm just curious. If you have a bachelor's and you have no experience, you will start with $54,069. And these are higher because in Alaska, it's way more expensive. Okay, so if I lived in Anchorage and I worked at the Anchorage School District in Alaska and I got my master's, oh, it doesn't even have like step 0, step 1 for the master's. It just goes down to step 2. Interesting. Okay, it would be $65,087 per year. $65,087. Wow, that is pretty good. But again, this is Alaska. Alaska, it's so expensive to live there. For example, avocados, probably almost $5 per avocado. Not even exaggerating. Especially if you live in an island in Alaska, that's even way more expensive. Okay, the last salary schedule that I'm gonna analyze with you is Springfield School District. We have 3 school districts here and Springfield School District is one of them. So let's just analyze. Okay, say I'm step 1 and I have my master's. I would start off with $42,214. That is all that I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, I feel like if I did more, we would be here forever. And I don't want this video to be too long because you can literally, if you are curious with your school district or the specific school district you want to work at, you can definitely Google blank school district salary schedule. I do this all the time because just in case if I move, I get to like compare which school district will pay more. I hope you kind of learned a thing or two watching this video. I just wanted to make this video because maybe you're curious and want to be a PE teacher and you just want to know how much do PE teachers make. They don't make much at all. Teachers don't make much. But oh wait, let me rewind, okay? Because some people are gonna probably attack me by saying I make 100K being a teacher. Okay, Susan, you've probably been working there for 15, 20 plus years. But yeah, that is all I'm gonna say. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video.